his ankles. Now he's got an entourage, and he's got a touchdown.
Impossible dream of a play. Madden is on the field. He wants to know if it's real. They said yes. Get your big butt out of here.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State. Jalen Watts Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game.
There, he's got it. End zone. Touchdown, Titans. There are no flags on the field. It's a miracle.
What's going on? How's it going?
What's good? You know what it is. It's Sunday, and you know what that means. It's time for a football frame of mind, man. Our weekly show to discuss all the action that's happened throughout the week, man. Our action is actually running out of time, man. Our college football season is completely over now. So now it's time for the coaches to hit the pavement or go on vacation, depending on your style. I don't know. But, years back, they changed the rule because Nick Saban was hitting the pavement better than anybody. No off season. Doesn't matter where it was. So it's like, yo, he's cheating. You got to take a 2-week vacation. Mandatory. I was like, y'all that mad that the dude out recruiting y'all? Like, y'all want to go on vacation?
Ready for the off season.
Yeah, you don't need none. You don't need none. He got a helicopter, bro. He can fly to any small town he want to. Anytime Nick Saban pull up with that helicopter, like on land on the football field, like, come on, man. You know that's a big deal. You know it is. Come on, man. He was recruiting before he got Coach of the Year at the award show. Like, I guess the College Football Hall of Fame is in Atlanta, right?
Mm-hmm.
So he literally was recruiting somebody down the road. And it was like, well, I just stopped for a visit, and then go down the street to get my award. You feel me? Like, that's some gangster shit. No wonder they wanted him out of college football, bro, because that's some gangster shit, So, all right, but nonetheless, I'm wearing a starter jacket, man, because this is like the ish. You feel me? The ish. Like in the 90s, this was the ish to wear, bro. This is like everything. So, I gotta rock the old school Alabama thing, the old school 1992 version, right? Last national championship, well, the only national championship of the Gene Stock.
Uh-oh. You frozen? You good? Okay, guys, we might have a problem. He's frozen. There he is. And now he's frozen again. Please give us some patience while we deal with this.
Yeah, man. That's all right. We gonna.
I missed your whole spiel, bro.
Yeah, my whole spiel, man. I know. I'm trying this whole thing out with this Wi-Fi extender, man. So some of the Wi-Fi works sometimes. I only use it when I'm streaming for real, because everybody else is on the damn Wi-Fi, right? The main one. So I was like, well, let me just get this new thing and use it so I could just stream and do the show like a normal person, right? No, doesn't work like that sometimes. Sometimes it just kicks out, and then I'm like, yo, now I'm pissed off, and I don't want to stream anymore. So, but I've talked enough, man. How are you doing?
Man, it's good, man. It is a little anticlimactic that the season is coming to an end. We have one more game playing right now.
Starter jacket, DJC, not a jersey. Oh, he's wearing a jersey. My bad.
Wes Welker. Wes
Yeah,
Welker.
that's definitely. I seen that. Yeah, definitely Wes Welker.
It's my favorite player ever, Wes Welker, which was really cool because when I got to high school, I didn't even ask for this number, and I'm getting this number anyway. So I thought that was really dope. But it is a little anticlimactic that's coming to an end. The Bills and the Chiefs are playing right now. It seems to be pretty neck and neck. And then wait another 2 weeks, and we're gonna have the Super Bowl. But honestly, I'm really excited for the offseason. Like I'd be excited for the regular season. We got a lot of cool stuff coming up. A lot of really cool things going to be happening. The draft, free agency, the combine. They're going to have another transfer portal period, as well as when you start getting through the summer, you can start seeing summer camp, and then, hey, we'll be right back with the season. But don't fret. There will always be daily content. Still have a weekly show to cover all kinds of other really cool topics. But do not, if you like this kind of stuff, don't forget to like the video, comment, subscribe. Check out the Villains Media Network as well. And check out those guys over there, man, because they are awesome. And we have a show almost every single day of the week.
Yeah, man, streaming, all kind of stuff. So most definitely check everything out that we got to offer, man. Our off-season stuff continues. Shout out to Andrew for the love on our Facebook, man. So we appreciate that. But you know the drill, man. You know the drill. We are about to start our show, man. So all right, so we had to start off with the news, man, the elephant in the room. Ohio State wins the national championship, man. So initial thoughts, man, before we get into the game.
It went exactly the way that I said it was gonna go. Like I'm not gonna get like completely in depth, but I mean the star power showed. And Ohio State's ability to run the ball and dominate in the trenches showed, just like I had said. So kudos to Notre Dame for making it there. But a lot of the people who were giving Brian Kelly a lot of a fit because he couldn't win a natty should be having the same conversation with Marcus Freeman now because they have all that money and you made it and you're still hitting the same brick wall that he was hitting.
Yeah, so all right, so here's my thing, the difference between the two, right? So even though Brian Kelly made it there, he really had to go against a lot of tougher teams.
Mm-hmm.
Like in a small sample size, right? Because like in a 4-team playoff, right, it wouldn't have been Ohio State, right? He would have to go through probably Texas, probably Georgia, and throw anybody out there. Anybody. So it would have been 3 other teams in there that were tougher than Ohio State. So that journey would have been hard anyway, right? So the fact that Marcus Freeman navigated an even tougher schedule to go through 12 teams this time, I think a lot has to be said for that. I think he did a lot better than Brian Kelly, in my opinion.
I mean, but you're in an era where money is a big thing now. He didn't have those assets. They had a lot more restrictions. Getting to the exact same play, but getting to the exact same game and losing pretty much in the exact same fashion. Notre Dame went against Alabama, completely outmatched, and got the brakes beat off of them. Same thing here. Ohio State cleaned them up, man. Like, yeah, you can say something about the play. Dude, that wasn't
that bad. It wasn't that bad. Dude, it wasn't that bad, man.
They dominated the line of scrimmage. They ran all over.
They did, but the game was a lot closer than people give it credit for, man.
But it's still relative though, in the sense that you really can't say he's better than the other because you can't get him over the hump either.
Yeah, but this like his first time there though.
Yeah, but having all the advantages you have now with NIL, like that's a big difference. If anything, it should give you more of an advantage. Yeah.
I don't think so. I think you putting a little bit too much on Marcus Freeman, bro.
No, I'm not saying that, but I mean you still running the same wall though.
I know. I get what you're saying about they got to the same point. But I think this is way different than what Brian Kelly was doing because Brian Kelly seemed to to be stuck in a holding pattern, right? At Notre Dame, right? No matter what he did, he got some really high profile recruits and he still didn't do it, right?
So are they.
Not necessarily.
What you mean? Riley Leonard was one of the hottest quarterbacks in the portal. They got really good recruits. You can't say that.
Not really, though.
Oh, whatever, dude.
Brian Kelly, not Brian Kelly. Riley Leonard was good, but
he's just an example. Like they got a lot of good guys through the portal.
they got a lot of good dudes, but I just think he had a little bit less at this point. If we're comparing the first two title runs, right? One for one, right? Kelly's run and ended against Alabama, and Marcus Freeman's run that ended against Ohio State, man. I feel like Kelly's run, that team was a little better than this one.
I don't think by much, dude. Notre Dame had a good team this year, and we've seen it. Just like how Notre Dame's defense had flaws. Yeah, we
back on X.
Just like how that defense back then had flaws, this defense had flaws. Like they still had good players. Like I get it. It's two different eras and two different situations, but I just don't. I think you still need to put a bit of the responsibility on him. Like, I mean, yeah, you got him there. That's a hell of an accomplishment in itself, but you ran into the same result. And I just don't think they're gonna get over that. I just don't see it. Because they still are limited to an extent with academic standards and stuff like that too. It's hard. It's hard to get that team there with the restrictions that they have. The NIL definitely helps. Having a bigger pocketbook, being able to pay players to come helps. That's definitely an advantage that he didn't have. And I'm not saying it. I'm not defending him like, oh, he's better. No, I'm just saying, like, if you're gonna say those things, then those conversations need to start happening, especially if this happens again or if you don't get back.
And that's the part that I differ between him and Brian Kelly, because I think he'll have another opportunity to be back. I think with this extended playoff, Notre Dame's going to be in. They're blue blood, right? And as you've seen in this 12-team playoff, anything's possible. Plus, anybody can get in. I do want to say that he will have to get a better quarterback, though.
Yeah. Well, I think that, but just like how Notre Dame couldn't stop y'all with the run, they couldn't stop the run either. They couldn't. They couldn't stop the run against State.
Even with that being said, man, this game was a lot closer than I thought it was gonna be.
It was closer, but I mean, they still couldn't stop the run, and Jeremiah Smith did what he wanted.
That's cool, man. But they still fought, man. And I like the fact that they fought, man, because when Brian Kelly got there, they didn't fight at all, right? At all. That game was over first quarter. So,
well, I mean, it is a big difference when you're playing an Alabama team in that era compared to playing a team like this in this era. That's a completely night and day comparison. That Alabama team would dog walk them, in my opinion.
Yeah, we're always ready for a
boost. Where's the roof?
Yeah, so, well, I mean, that Alabama team was loaded, man.
That's why.
But damn it, this Ohio State team was pretty good too, bro. That was pretty good, dog. Come on, man.
I'm not saying they're not bad. I'm not saying they're not good either,
man.
but
this Ohio State team was pretty good, bro. It was a good team, dog. They had a lot of talent across the board, man. So
all my point is saying, let's wait a few years and let's see how this plays out. Because if they don't make it back, or if they make it back and they lose again, then you need to be having to do. And I'm not a Marcus Freeman hater. I like Marcus Freeman. But those similar conversations are probably going to be having to be had, and if they don't, I feel like that's kind of
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, but I don't think he's gonna be hurting for a job anytime soon.
No,
I think he's gonna-
no, not at all. He's made there for a quite some time. That's definitely. I mean, that's not up for debate.
Yeah, I think he's good. I think this is a good loss for him because had he won, he was gonna be a made man. Flat out. He was gonna be a made man in Notre Dame, and he was gonna be there far longer than Charlie Weiss was. Let's just say
Oh, that was bad.
that was really bad, man. But I will say, the game itself was pretty good, man. I think, as we both kind of predicted, the run game for Ohio State was going to be the bigger tail for them if they could try to do that. But I do think that, like I said, Notre Dame fought in this one, man. Had they not gotten that field goal, I think late, it would have made things a little bit interesting for that last drive. But that last drive, when they were able to get that field goal to make it a 2-possession game, that kind of sealed things for them. But like I said, I like the fact that they fought, man. Even though they were kind of outgunned in this game a little bit, they fought, man. And when you look at the Notre Dame team for this year, you're gonna say they fought, man, because losing to Northern Illinois would sink most teams. You're like, man,
Like
whatever.
Michigan with App
We
State.
suck. We're not doing nothing. But they kept. Yep. They
They
just,
could have been like that.
so they fought. Yep, they could have just sank and gave up, but they kept fighting and they stayed in the college football playoff picture, man. So the fact that they went all the way through, going through some Big Ten schools that were pretty good, including Penn State in the semifinals. So
Beat
that
Georgia
was
too.
pretty good. That was a good game as well. Yeah, beat Georgia, right? The team that everybody was like they're a sleeper team, but they beat them. So I think Notre Dame's got a little bit more toughness under Marcus Freeman than they had under Brian Kelly, and I think that's the key. Defensively, they're going to be a lot better, and I think with all the advantages that you said, that's going to be good. If they can continue to get some ballers on defense, I think it'd be good. I don't think they need to be in a conference, man, because if they can continue to go deep into the playoffs year after year, that's more money for NIL. That's more money for the brand, which is already big anyway. They ain't got to share. Like if you watch my short, I was like, man, why would you share 20 million with 14 other schools? You know what I'm saying? You don't have to do that, You all right, dude?
Yeah. No, I thought I had to fix something. You got to give Will Howard credit though. He managed well.
I agree. He did his thing, man. He's one of 2 transfer people to win year one, a national championship year one after transferring. I thought Joe Burrow was on that list, but I forgot he was there a year prior to winning.
Mm-hmm.
So that opened my eyes a little bit there. But nonetheless, man, I thought it was a good national championship game. A lot of people was talking about, oh man, it's another double-digit championship game. I'm like, not really. This was just pretty good compared to the last couple years. Georgia, TCU, Washington, Michigan, right? So I'm saying, so not the. It was definitely better than people gave it credit for. So, but. Andrew helping us out, man. Getting his.
How many we got? I can't see it.
150 and counting. 50 and going up. Boop, 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 boop.
Very good job. Thank you guys.
So
keep
we
smashing the like
definitely
button.
Yeah, but like I said, it was a great college football season, man. So we're gonna talk about it, man. So this be our college football recap, man, a little bit, man. So just kind of freelancing, man. Your favorite moments of the season, man. Could be your team, college football as a whole, man. Everything.
I can't really say a specific moment. Let's just talk about the SEC being cannibalistic, which we didn't even expect. Everybody was getting knocked off week after week. Games
we didn't expect that.
No, I don't think we thought it was. I don't think we. I think we had it in mind, but I don't think we expected it to be as crazy as it was, though. Especially with like you guys losing the way y'all lost, and then like us freaking dropping like 3 in a row. And then, like, Texas losing to Georgia twice. Like, it was a lot of unpredictability. We knew it was going to be crazy. But I didn't anticipate that kind of crazy. Like, at all, in my opinion. It was just, you were on the edge of your seat all year.
I agree, man. Look, I was thinking the same thing. SEC was definitely the toughest conference. We figured it would be goddamn.
You're good. You're good.
Wi-Fi, man.
You're good.
But we figured it would be a little bit more teams from the SEC in the college football playoff, but it turned out that they wanted, some other teams in there, man. But one of my favorite moments, man, which turned out to be, I guess, kind of a downer, man. But Georgia, Alabama was as advertised. Early in the season, that high-profile matchup, man, it was as good as advertised, and brought a lot of eyes to the sport. And both teams showed out, man. Show how good they could have been. One team more so than the other. But I thought that was prime time spot SEC on ABC now. So I thought that was pretty cool. Like, that was really cool. I also liked Cam Ward's ascension to top 3 quarterback in the draft. I thought he bet on himself. And that was pretty cool, man. And then Andrew said he loves this show, man. And like no Vandy talk, man.
That's what the Crazy Talk show would have been for.
Well, yeah. No, man, but yeah, since we talk about favorite moments, definitely wasn't one of my favorite moments. But as a football fan, Vandy beating Alabama right after them beating Georgia, like the high and the low of college football, right? You get this crazy win on national television and it feels real good. And then you go drop an egg against Vanderbilt, like that's pretty good. And then Andrew says winning touchdown. Yeah, man. Like that would be really good because that's a rivalry game, So, but another moment for me that I like was Georgia Tech winning in Ireland to start the season, bro. Like that was crazy game. And then Georgia Tech had a pretty good season, and almost beats Georgia for the first time in a very long time. So that was pretty good. So just a few things, man. I think the Big Ten actually standing on business all year, even though it was like, oh, their conference is kind of top heavy or whatever, man. But Oregon won the Big Ten this year, bro.
Yep.
That's crazy to think about.
I picked it.
I mean, but even that aside, Oregon in the Big Ten won that thing in year 1.
They had a good roster.
And it looks like they're going to win a few more within this next few years because they're recruiting at a higher level than anybody else in the thing. They got way more money. They got way more resources, man.
They got that Nike money, bro.
And it's going to look real rough, man. But even with that being said, they still didn't win the national championship. And we predicted that this season nobody was going undefeated.
Mm-hmm.
And nobody did. Everybody took a loss, man. Mm-hmm. Including Oregon, who was undefeated coming into the playoffs. Mm-hmm. So that hurts a lot worse, man. So that's definitely some of my favorite moments. So, you know, let's see. All right, so some of the most impressive players of the year for you.
Well, you said Cam Ward already. I'm not going to touch on that, but just to see the progression in year 3 and 4, like it's crazy. Now, I would have loved to have seen him transfer to an SEC school, but for him to be able to go to the ACC really allowed him to really just pretty much just create a really good tape going for the NFL draft this year. I thought he did really good. Really impressed with Caden Durham from LSU. Really good, a true freshman, kind of getting thrown into the fire, pretty much owning the starting job from that point from the South Carolina game, like on. I mean, Haynes King looked really good this year. Like, really looked good with that offense. I was really impressed with him, as well as there's somebody else I feel like. And Ashton Genty, man. Give him his flowers, man. Ashton freaking Genty. Came up so short to breaking Barry Sanders' record, man. Nobody's been talking about him since. That's one of the most impressive players for me, for sure.
No, look, you ain't gonna get an argument from me. I thought he was very impressive this year, man. Like, I don't think anybody was really talking about him being, you know, a number 1 type running back, like in the nation. I know I was thinking Ollie Gordon.
Yeah.
Oh boy, was I wrong.
You was talking about a goose egg. That's definitely the goose egg of the conversation.
Yeah, that was that didn't turn out well at all.
Well, we both picked them in the playoffs, so I don't feel that bad. I just didn't pick them to win the conference.
Yeah, I did. I thought they was gonna be good, but they was like blah.
Blah. You know? What?
Yeah, but I mean, we could go the obvious though. But I think Travis Hunter that was impressive, man. Because last season he got hurt and he was already kind of on that Heisman trajectory last year. So it was good that he put this whole year together. But I think he really earned a lot of not only respect, and hate, but the fact that he was making plays on defense. We all knew he could play offense, he can run, he can catch, all that. But he was making winning plays on defense. The fumble, forced fumble against, I forgot what team that was, but it sealed the game. You know, that was impressive, right? And that let me know, like, okay, he's not just this novelty player that we created as kids, you know? He's really a legit 2-way star that the NFL could really make a lot of money off of, man. Yep. So that was impressive, man. So let's see what else, man. I was impressed with USC, man, to come into this season after having a Heisman quarterback, right? To just kind of to have that and then have a guy just come in and really play really good. You know, not like to that level, but still, like, it's tough to replace a guy like that. And he did okay. You know, I think he's transferring now, so he'll have a chance to do his thing somewhere else. But Kyle McCord.
Yes, that's actually a really good point.
Kyle McCord, man. Okay. Ohio State, they won the national championship, right? Whoop-de-doo. But Kyle McCord earned millions of dollars this year, okay? Coming off of Ohio State year before last, right? Nobody would have picked him as a first round quarterback, right? But what he did this season at Syracuse, I think they won 10 games and he had almost 5,000 yards, man. Boatload of great performances. He earned a lot of money, man. So that was exciting. So shout out to him. So definitely some of my more impressive players. So let's see. All right. So we hate to be downers, man, but players that you weren't impressed with this year.
That's tough. Huh. I would almost want to say Carson Beck because I was kind of expecting him to make a bigger leap this year, to be honest with you. I mean, being in that system, developing as a passer, he didn't look bad last year. I was expecting a much bigger leap from him. And at moments, you're like, okay, the guy can really sling it. He can read defenses. And, man, then you get other moments like, dude, like, you're cracking. Like, you're distracted. Like, something's going on in there. Like, you don't have your helmet strapped on all the way. Like, I was expecting him to make a major leap and be in that Heisman conversation. And I feel like he cracked to the pressure to an extent, man. I feel like he has got some stuff going on. And he was distracted. And I don't feel like he really handled things as well as I expected.
You seen his girlfriend, bro? I've been distracted too, bro.
Well, they both going to Miami, so
yeah. So hopefully he get that together. But at the same time, I've been distracted too, bro.
You were talking about Miller Moss. He ended up transferring to Louisville, by the way.
Yeah. So I think he can segue that into a really good thing because Syracuse is a wide open offense and Louisville is a wide open offense. So I think that'll work out tremendously for him. He could be in the same scenario as Kyle McCord was this year. So that's good. Like I said, USC is wide open offense too, man. But they're gonna have a rough go at it because they're in a tough conference. They're not the big fish anymore, right? The Pac-12, they could have, if they stayed in the Pac-12, all the schools, honestly, right? But specifically USC, if they would have stayed, I think they probably would have been in the playoff this year because they would have won a bunch of games because it wouldn't have been that much competition. Because Oregon would have left, probably would still have UCLA, Arizona State probably would have stayed, all of that because they were the big fish in that conference. But you go to the Big Ten, and you already suck at defense. So you can't, and then you don't have Caleb Williams or that type of quarterback to counteract all the bad defense you're gonna play. There you go. Like they beat LSU in week 1, but damn it, that was a good game. That was a good game.
If they would have played LSU at that stretch, like how LSU was playing before they took those 3 losses in a row, I don't think that game would have went the same way though, because they were playing really well on defense and the offense was clicking. I don't think USC would have won that game. But I mean, week 1, you're going off a tape from last season. You only have a limited sample size. Week 1 games can kind of go any way, to be honest.
Yeah, so I'm sitting there I was like, okay. But I still wasn't really believing though. I was like, all right, y'all got that one. But I didn't think they was gonna do it because I'm like, you ain't gonna play that level of defense all year. Especially being a West Coast school. What happens when you gotta go to Penn State or something, Ohio State in the wintertime? That's gonna feel a lot different, man, than playing in New Orleans in the middle, like before fall or whatever, inside too, by the way. So, like, come on, man. So I'm sitting there just like, nah, man. No. So, but a player that I wasn't impressed with, man, Jalen Milroe, bro. I'm gonna go there. I wasn't impressed, man. And I wasn't impressed because I was expecting to be impressed this year. You
Mm-hmm.
know, I was expecting to see a growth passing that at least not even like the last two seasons, right? Where it was increments and you were like, well, he's getting better. You can see it, right? But I was expecting to see a huge jump.
A leap.
Yeah, like a quantum leap to the point where you could say he could be the number one overall pick because you see the growth, right? You see
Mm-hmm.
what he could be under the right tutelage, right? Almost like how the Falcons saw something in Michael Vick to pick him. You feel me? Like, all right, we got something that nobody else has. Let's just use that, you know? We got something. We don't know what it is, but we got something. And I expected him to show a little bit more um I guess improvement past it. I
Mm-hmm.
just didn't see it. I didn't see it all year. And it kind of held the offense back a little bit. And from my point of view, I think Kalen DeBoer was like, okay, we got what we got. And we just gotta try to win with that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why my expectations for Alabama going into this season, next season, is a little bit higher than it was for last year, well, this past season, because the quarterback position, whoever starts at quarterback, is going to be able to run the whole offense, or
Mm.
they're not starting. Period. Like
Yep.
that's like a non-negotiable going into the next season. If we can't run at least 75% of the offense, you're not starting at quarterback.
Well, because he's good at running offenses. You need someone that can run the entirety of it and not feel handicapped to limit your playbook.
Yeah, I agree. I think we only had maybe 50% of the playbook, bro. Because I didn't see a lot of field stretching for real. Now maybe that could have been receiver too, but damn it, it was receivers running wide open,
Would
and you
don't
just
help
can't hit
when
'em.
it would don't help when he's forcing the ball to one guy.
Yeah,
I'm
you
just
know
saying
that
that's a
that
problem.
part of it, man. You know, so I wasn't impressed with it, man, and you know I'm glad he came back. He was one of the leaders on the team, stabilized the program when Nick Saban left. But it was definitely kind of a downer this year, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, within not just me, the fan base, some of the players that left had a lot to say about it, you know. So like it was not a good year, man. And then the bowl game, bro. Like, come on, man. This is your last game and you play like that? Come on, man. Like we went to the Citrus Bowl a couple of years ago, when we got kicked out of the playoffs. It might have been what 2019 or something like that. And we played our ass off against Michigan, man. Like a lot of people could have left, went pro, but they all played in that game. And I mean, Jerry Judy was a top 15 draft pick. And he played in that game. And he balled out. You know, so it was just like this your last game in a college uniform, and you go out like that, nasty taste in the mouth of everybody.
Your
So I
draft
feel
stock
like
plummets. To be honest, I'm going to be honest
plummet.
with you. I you might not like this, but I think he slips out the first round.
I don't think he was in the first round to begin with, unless you absolutely love Jalen Milroe.
I think he's a day two guy. Probably between round 2 and 3. In my
Yeah,
opinion.
I can see that. I personally don't think he was a first round. I was just kind of trolling on
No,
our
but
shorts when I said it.
but he was projected there at one point of the season or before the season. That's completely off the table.
Yeah, man, it was off the table after that Tennessee loss, man. Honestly,
Yeah.
because the tunnel vision, man, you get the superstar weapon, you ain't looking at nobody else.
And
Nobody
that
else. Like, come
and
on,
that's
man.
gonna turn off. Look, the scouts that are actually doing their jobs and the general managers that are really trying to evaluate these players, that's gonna turn people off for the fact that like not every organization's got a great quarterback developmental staff. So
Mm-mm.
the ones that don't, they're going to be turned off because they're like, I just don't even want to take the time with that. And then the ones that do, they're like, man, like that's going to be a lot of work because you need to break him out of running so much. And also you need to break him of just analyzing one side of the field. Just like I'll make an example. Like when you would see Drew Brees play, that head is constantly moving, reading the defense. He's looking one way, shifting within a second, going back left and pumping the ball to the sideline. Like that's what you need to be doing. You can't play keyed in on one guy. You have to be able to evaluate the defense and put the ball to the open guy. Whether it's your favorite guy or the best guy, like you have to be able to do that at the next level.
I agree, man. So I think he slipped out of the first round. Just because of those last few games, man. Like they were just duds, man. Really duds. I mean, Tennessee, Oregon, not Oregon, Oklahoma.
Yeah, Oklahoma, yeah.
Oklahoma, that was bad. I mean, you can't really say nothing about Vanderbilt because didn't really have a chance because the time of possession was so bad. You know, so that's not really his fault. But the last couple games of the season were really bad looks, man. Because all you had to do was win out and you're in an SEC title game, right?
Especially with the game he had against LSU. If you would have played like turnover-free ball, your name was going to be sitting a lot higher after coming out that game, and if you can win out.
See what I'm saying? So that was just not impressive in my opinion. So another person that didn't impress me, man. I came into the season thinking that James Pierce for Tennessee was gonna be this ultimate pass rusher, bro. And he didn't really do shit all year. Maddening unimpressed about that. I was like, yo, this gonna be the best pass rushing prospect. I mean, everybody was saying how good he was gonna be. He ain't do nothing. Nothing. Now maybe this could have been because of the offensive line. Everybody's like, oh well, we seen the hype, so we just gonna just do it. But even then, people still would, go off, right? A little bit. He ain't do nothing, man. So I'm not sure if he's coming back or not, but he definitely think he's definitely not gonna be a first.
I want to give props to one more person for impressive. Let's talk about Walter Nolan, bro. Balled out at Ole Miss this year. Nobody could stop him coming off the line, dude. Straight pressure all year. Like we knew he was good, but that dude was a disruptor. Like when I seen him, I thought of like some of those really good D tackles we grew up watching in the league, like Sapp and Stroud and guys that would just disrupt the line of scrimmage and just cause chaos. He was really good for them this year. He's definitely going to probably be a first round pick in my opinion.
Yeah, no. I liked him a lot too, man. Especially using the transfer portal like he did. Obviously coming from Texas A&M, that crazy class they had a few years ago. It's good that he was able to find a spot that he could really dominate in. And he's gonna be good, man. So yeah, I agree with that. I liked him a lot, man. Let's see where we at. All right, so we spoke on top transfer. So Walter Nolan obviously was one. Then you got
we spoke on Cam Ward already.
Cam Ward, then you got Kyle McCord was another one. Haynes King was another one.
Yep.
So you had a bunch of guys, man, a bunch of guys. So like I said, we doing good on the viewership, man. Over 250 and counting. So
let's go. Shout out to y'all. CJ Campbell, yeah.
Yeah, CJ Campbell's another one. So
What's going on, brother?
So it's a lot, man. It's a lot. It was a lot of good transfers this year, man. So I was excited. I was excited to see people use it the right way. You feel me? Like so many people don't use it well. They move schools every damn year, man.
They changed schools like draws.
Yeah, some people wasn't changing those, to be honest with you. so because they still stink no matter what they was doing.
Kentucky, Mississippi State. Happy to watch. Yeah, I think was it Greg Schiano, yeah? That's Greg Schiano and Rutgers, yeah.
Kyle Kennard. Yeah, that's another impressive player.
Yep.
Yeah, yep. So
Rocket Sanders too.
Yeah, another Rocket Sanders was a nice one. What about him? Transferring from Arkansas after a down season? Like I've already put my prediction out there that 3 running backs are going to be picked in the first round this year in NFL.
Damn,
3.
I said
3.
maybe.
I'm telling you, 3.
I don't know,
3.
man.
Think about it. There are contenders late in the 20s and 30s that need impact running backs, right? Impact players at the backfield position.
But first round picks are so valuable, man. Like I just don't know if I see that many backs going. It would be cool.
I give you 3.
Gentile go first round. That's what he'll be
that's one. Scatterbo after that college football playoff performance.
I don't know, man. I don't think people are sold on him. I just don't know if teams are really sold on him like we are, though. Like I feel like they're not looking at him like, oh, he's going to be our bell cow. Like I don't know. Like I was impressed, but I don't know if organizations are thinking like that.
I'm telling you, a team that saw how he carried that team throughout the game.
I don't know.
Like not just carry, but his mannerisms. Like, yo, we can win this shit. You know, like I think somebody looking for a running back like that needs it.
I think he could play at the next level. I just don't know if GMs are looking at him like that. That's my concern.
I think it would be a steal if he falls out of the first round.
Yeah, I agree.
But I also think that he is a first round talent, though. Like he got the ability to catch, he's got the ability to run, he runs powerful, and he's got a little bit of juice too. So he's not like just a Toby Gerhart, right?
He's like an upgraded version.
Andrew thinks third round. I don't think so.
I think he goes second. I don't know if he's first, man. Like I would like to see it, but I don't know if I see it.
But okay, so that's 2 running backs, right? Then we got Judkins too.
That's another one that's good. I just don't know if I see it. Backs just don't get drafted. Because think about it. When Bijan got drafted, because think about how they hadn't been taking him. The year Bijan got taken, he was the only one. And Bijan was really good.
But they all do what Bijan can do. All around back. They run, they catch, they pass block. That's what constitutes a first round running back to me. You gotta be able to do it all, especially nowadays. Back in the day, you could just have Eric Dickerson here, hand you the ball, you not pass blocking at all because you just run. That's just what it was, right? But that was a first round running back too, because that's what he did. He ran the ball, right? But now, since the game is more of a passing game, you have to be able to do everything. So Judkins would probably be my third one, man. And then I think teams are going to fall in love with the Tennessee running back.
He's good. Dylan Sampson is good. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah, I think teams are gonna fall in love with him, man. So I think that's another one. So 4 guys, in my opinion, that could really sneak into that first round type of conversation. But
I don't
of
think
course.
Genty's a sneak in though. He's guaranteed to be a first
Well,
round.
yeah, that's one. Like you guarantee one
Yeah,
running back. But
I'm saying he falls. Yeah,
I'm predicting 3.
I just
But-
think that he falls into that Bijan category where you just can't pat. Like he's going like regardless. Like somebody's gonna do it.
Yeah, no doubt. Now top 10. I think he goes top 10.
A lot of people have having him go to Dallas. I don't necessarily agree. I don't know if he goes top. We'd have to go look at the draft order, but I mean, we can figure that out.
Yeah. But that's your top transfers, man. And we continue, man.
Cool.
So, all right. So, everybody knows our teams, man. LSU, Bama, and Mizzou for me. So, I'm going to say we're going to talk about the seasons that our teams had. Good, great, okay. Let's start with you, LSU. What did you think about your Tigers this year?
Based on expectation, I expect as well as other people expected us to make playoffs. I feel like what held us back, we had an okay season, not up to our standards. I feel like this year was playoff or bust. Obviously, didn't make playoffs. We struggled with turnovers from the quarterback position, as well as after about the halfway point or so of the season. Everybody, mobile quarterbacks were busting our defense wide open. Guys like Milroe, Reed, like just ran all over us. The bright spots with the season, obviously, like I said before, true freshman running back running really well. Nussmeier didn't look that bad to say second highest passing yard total in school history. Looked good, but looked bad at times. Like needs to settle in, needs to properly read defenses better, needs to know when to take off and not hold on to the ball too long, as well as not forcing it in the coverage. Was an okay season. I do feel a lot better now about the season based on what we've done so far in the portal, as well as what we've been doing in recruiting, getting a really good 5-star and getting a top transfer portal class. I feel really good about next season, and it makes me kind of be a little bit more lax on this season past. Just disappointed. Like we've seen some good bright spots on defense. Whit Weeks was really good for us. Had a couple really good guys in the secondary, but what really hurt us was tackling in space and just not getting really good pressure at the line of scrimmage either. Quarterbacks are having too much time to read defenses and pick them apart, and I think they've addressed those needs in the portal. So an okay season.
All right, man. So yeah, for I'll start with Alabama, man. I thought it was an okay season too. Considering what we had to go through before the season even started. Nick Saban retiring, man. Kalen DeBoer getting there wasn't really the hire I was expecting. But I actually kind of liked it, because it was off the beaten path, right? I'm kind of a renegade guy, so I was expecting Lane Kiffin. That's what I wanted, baby.
I wanted to see Dan Lanning, to be honest. I wanted to see that.
Yeah, but he got a cush job, bro.
He's got it now, but I'm just saying that would have been a cool thing.
Yeah, man, that was a cush job, dog. Oregon, man, all the money he got, the resources. I personally thought Cristobal was going to stay there. I did not think he was going to Miami, but he shocked everybody. He went back home, man. So you can't blame him for that. But Dan Lanning got a cush job. So I really didn't see him as the heir apparent. Excuse me, hold up. Yeah, but I did like Kalen DeBoer, man, but I wanted Lane Kiffin because I felt like he was going to give us an attitude, a no, like we don't care attitude, right?
Yeah, y'all gonna be faking injuries, bro.
Yeah, look, that's horrible. I don't like that.
I'm just giving you a hard time. But.
I really don't like that shit, honestly. That shit's stupid. But I felt like Lane was just like, yo, look, come on, man. I'm responsible for building this thing too. Because if he didn't come to Alabama, imagine how stupid we would still be playing. Them big ass linebackers getting outflanked by like fast ass tight ends and shit because they too damn big. Lane Kiffin definitely had a very big part in what Alabama became, because he took basically, taught Saban the importance of spreading it out, like how important that is now. So kind of late to the learning curve, but definitely a learning curve we had to learn. But nonetheless, I think Kalen DeBoer was cool. That started off really, really cool. In terms of him being able to stabilize things and keep some players home, because a lot of players was like, man, I'm out of here. Nick Saban leaving, I'm not coming here. Julian saying the 5-star quarterback left to go Ohio State. Caleb Downs left, so lot of turnover, man. So just to deal with that was a great season part, right? But it turned out to be an okay season, man. Once we start like losing games we were supposed to win. That goes Vanderbilt, that goes Tennessee, especially Oklahoma to end the season. That was just horrible. And then the bowl game, I was actually gonna say it was a good season if we had won the bowl game, because that was momentum coming into the next season. But then it's like, yo, we lose a bowl game like that to a team that ain't got no offense, bro. Come on, man. So like that was okay, man. So for Mizzou though, Mizzou coming off the season they had prior, man, winning against Ohio State. You would think they would be cool, man. But I think people underestimated the importance of Cody Schrader. He was the leading rusher in the SEC, and that's tough to duplicate, even if you got two guys that carry the load. So it was a pretty good season considering the fact that the running game was up and down. So was Brady Cook up and down. But I think Brady Cook's toughness earned him a spot on an NFL roster. So it should be interesting to see what Mizzou does after this, because he's one of Mizzou's best passers in a history of passers that's been really good. You got Chase Daniels, obviously, Drew Lock, who had a really good career at Mizzou. Then you got, what's the guy's name? Oh man, James Franklin. He came after Chase Daniels that first couple years in the SEC. So he's one of the best passers. So Blaine Gabbert, can't forget him. He was really good with Mizzou. Not in the league. Actually, he's been okay in the league as a backup, man. He been what 10 years now?
I mean, he did. Hey, he made it to an AFC championship game.
See what I'm saying? So
didn't do anything in the game, but he made it nonetheless.
That's all right, man. But he got a secure job for 10 years. So hey, shout out to longevity, right? So I personally didn't think he was a top 10 pick in the draft. When I seen that on Mel Kiper's thing, I was like, really?
Well, I mean, nobody thought Mitch Trubisky was going to the Bears either, but you see what happened.
Man, nobody saw that.
Nobody thought Daniel Jones should have got drafted by the Giants, but yeah, they did that. I mean, nobody thought the Saints were going to trade like 20 picks for Ricky Williams, but they did that.
Well, nobody thought that the Cowboys would get like a whole new franchise
by trading Herschel Walker.
Nobody thought that either. And
dude, that's probably the best trade in NFL history. Now you think about it, like that's crazy.
Man, look, turned their whole franchise around, man, within 3 years almost. So
he ain't do nothing after that either. So
nah. I think Herschel used all his good years when he went to the USFL, to be honest with you. I thought his best years were there, and then he tried to go to NFL and everything, and then after that, it was kind of too late. Had he just came straight to the NFL, he probably would have been one of the best running backs ever. But now he's just a really bad politician. Oh man, I can't believe people were actually trying to vote for Herschel Walker, bro. I was like, yo, all right, he's a Georgia legend, man. But you really want Herschel Walker signing off on legislature, dog, that has something to do with your well-being?
Oops.
No. I'm good. I'm good on that. Chill. But nonetheless, I thought Mizzou had a pretty good season, considering what they had coming back. I do think Luther Burden is going to be one of those players, though, to really be an impact first round pick. Usually your first round is supposed to be an impact guy, whether it be the first pick or the 32nd of the first round. You still want to draft a guy that's going to be an impact player, right? So I think he's going to a good team, and he's one of those guys that can take the top off of defense. So he's good player. So good season for Mizzou.
What hurt them was Cook getting hurt when he did, and them having that backup ends what hurt them because he was a turnover machine. Especially against y'all. They should have beat y'all. If Cook would have been playing the entire game, they would have beat y'all. That dude was giving out Christmas presents to y'all defense. Like he was just wrapping them and giving them right to y'all.
That's okay, man. We needed him because we wasn't doing nothing no way. I was like, man, but you know what? Our defense actually turned the corner late in the season, and you can only do so much when your offense ain't putting up no points, right? But to finish the season, I think we were like top 20 in scoring defense, so it's like 21 or something like that. So it's like top 30 in like yards per game or something like that. So the defense actually turned the corner late, but offense just didn't. Like it was horrible, man. But yeah, but that's pretty much that is pretty much it for college football, I think. Maybe. No. We got some recruiting stuff to talk about, man. So we do. Not for real. It's not that much, man. We just continuing our segment talking about the recruiting rankings, man. So the top receivers, obviously DeCorian Smith, man. You know about him. He was committed to DeCorian Moore. I mean, my bad. He was committed to LSU for a little bit, but he's a number one guy. I expect him to be one of the best freshmen because he's gonna have an opportunity to play because he's wide open, right? But anybody surprise you on the list, man? We kind of keep moving.
Not really any surprises. I just want to see Dante Moore and DeCorian Moore play together. I think Dante Moore being able to sit behind Dylan Gabriel is really going to help that offense. I like his mobility. He's got good arm strength. And this guy's got good speed. Not the greatest height, but the guy's slender. He's quick. Kind of reminds me of Evan Stewart a little bit. I think he's going to be a really big impact player for them.
I agree, man. I think Florida getting was that Dallas Wilson. I think that's pretty good. Another super freshman for Lagway to throw to. So just continues to build, right? And obviously Texas, their number one recruiting class is strengthened by having Lockett there. So they'll be able to use him, at some point, whether it be gadget plays or he starts. Either way, this is a good receiver class this year. So, but that's your top 5 right there, man. So then we do our high school player spotlight, man. So today is Jordan Durham, man, senior out of Jacksonville. So there are, I guess, conflicting reports on his height. So some rivals had him at like, I think 6'1". 24/7, I think, had him at like 6'2", and then Max Prince had him at 6'3". So there's there's a conflicting reports on his height and everything, right? But the size is the same. Everybody says he's a 200-pound quarterback, right? So I believe the high school he goes to falls outside of Florida's normal recruiting rankings. So they don't necessarily, I guess, play the Thomas Aquinas or the Plant High School or whatever, right? So they're a little bit outside of that. So it messed me up a little bit, kind of looking for some film, whatever, to kind of see what kind of player he would project to be, right?
Mhm.
So as you see, he's got 6,000 yards, man. I think that's number one in Florida. The touchdowns has him like top in the country as well. So I don't really know the competition he was playing against, man. But hey, you ball out like this, hey, you deserve to get some looks, right? And it's not like he doesn't have size. I think he's like maybe 6'3", maybe, but he's got a really, really good build, right? So the film that I did see, he's got really good movement as far as throwing the ball, the tight spiral. The receivers he had seemed to get open a lot. So the competition might have not been that good, but nonetheless, I just really like the fact that I seen this guy number. I'm like, who's the highest passer in high school this year, right? I'm expecting one of your 5 stars, 4-star guys from one of these high school, teams, right?
Mhm.
This guy number one on the list, right? So his NFL comp to me, from what I seen, is Byron Leftwich. Like he's got a strong arm and kind of not the wankiest release in terms of Byron Leftwich. You know how he had that thing where he wound up like that to throw?
Mhm.
But he's got a nice quick sidearm, right? So that's kind of the NFL comp that I seen. He only got like 4 offers from, I want to say, um God damn, it's on the tip of my tongue, man. I want to say Valdosta State. Then he's got one a FCS school in the South somewhere. So, but he's got like 4 really, really schools that are looking at him. So I'm thinking his college football path right now, considering the offers he has, is probably gonna be like Cam Ward's, right? He's got a lot of talent, but he's probably gonna have to start at a small school because I guess the competition he faced in high school. So I think he's gonna have to start at like Incarnate Word, small school like that, work his way up, show you can ball out, enter the transfer portal, go Division 1 or high FCS, and then make that next step and see where you at. That's the path I see
Okay.
because you're starting off so small, with 4 offers at this point of your senior year. It's not the best look, but you never know. I like his size, man, and 6,000 yards in high school is pretty damn good,
Pretty damn good. It's an understatement.
You know what I'm saying? So, hey, I like I said, I don't know. From what I've seen, it's tough to find like really good film on him, but multiple 400-yard performances this year, and I think he deserves to look, man. So I think if you're watching this, coaches anywhere, man, take a look at him, man. If you like his size, like I do, I think you can sit there and you can figure that out. That's all I'm saying, man. But
Mhm.
that's the high school profile this week, man. Jordan Durham, man. So congratulations on a really good senior season, man. And we wish you nothing but success and luck on your football journey, man. So
Yep.
but we got Chris. Yeah, Chris, I was thinking that. I was thinking Steve McNair, but Steve McNair not only had more size, but he was also a more fluid mover in the pocket and out.
His
This
arm
guy,
strength is crazy too.
yeah, like this guy was a tick lower in arm strength, one, and then he wasn't necessarily fleet of foot. He's big. I didn't want to say KJ Jefferson because that would discredit his arm talent, you know. But KJ Jefferson, size wise, would be a good comp to him too. But his arm talent, I think, is a little bit better considering the fact he threw for 6,000 yards, right? But I think that, and I couldn't say Cam Newton either because he definitely wasn't that fast. Definitely, that's not what I saw, right? So Byron Leftwich seemed to be the best one, man. But I was thinking Steve McNair too, man. But yeah, so let's get into let's get into the NFL stuff, man. But we're gonna take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back after this. All right, man. Usually I play my Darnold train, but it's on hibernation right now. So shout out to James Kaplan, our boy, No Mercy Sports, man. Great show. We appreciate the love, man. We appreciate the like from Pinky Presley, our other resident troll. He trolls Andrew all the time, man. And speaking of the villain, welcome.
What's up?
What's good? What's good? What's good? You picked it up at the right time, man. How'd you like the high school profile, man? New segment we trying on the show, man. How'd you like it?
I like it. These are going to be the future stars, and I like it because it's going to be fun with one of those. Hey, I remember we profiled him. Now look at him. He's a 3rd round pick for the Rams. You know, stuff like that. It's going to be really cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, that's the goal. That's what I'm looking for, man. So how you doing this evening?
What's that?
Oh, how you doing this evening?
I'm good. I'm good, man. I had a day off.
No, I said, how you doing this evening?
Cam, I think you stuff's a little delayed.
Good.
Yeah, no, I'm good.
Yes. My bad, man.
Yeah.
All right, I'm dealing with some Wi-Fi issues over here, man. So forgive me.
Y'all got a ton of people watching, man. That's cool.
How many?
I know, man. Hey, we appreciate that.
Over 3?
344.
Heck yeah. We're getting some of them wrestling numbers up in there.
That's right.
All right, so we only got the score of the NFC title game right now. Obviously, the Bills and Chiefs are still
32-29 with 2:21 left. Buffalo has the ball on their own 42-yard line. 2nd down.
Correct. Lots of strange calls so far in this game, but we expected exactly that. The Chiefs getting a bunch of strange calls.
Yep, they're gonna have to take it from the jaws of defeat.
I mean, dude, if they chew, the only way I see this, if they can just chew that clock, I wouldn't want to give Mahomes any time. If there's a way you can drain all 2 minutes and put the ball in the end zone, like that's gonna be the only way you win this game.
Yeah, you can't go to overtime against Kansas City.
No, that's a death sentence.
Yeah.
Down.
No, that's not good. Yes, we
You
all
know-
need a freaking Buffalo touchdown.
No, but you know what?
Cam rooting for the Chiefs.
I'm actually not rooting for the Chiefs, but I'm also rooting for Philly because they didn't have Saquon last time.
Mm-mm.
And he's proven to be a big ass addition.
Oh yeah. That's
know,
the understatement of the year, dude.
Bro, like, no, seriously.
Yes.
That's fucking huge.
Well, yeah, you finally put him on a team that can utilize him, and he's not having to work nearly as hard because they actually have a good offensive line.
And there's one thing that you can't really, if you're gonna cheat for the Chiefs, bro, you can't call holding on every play because guess what? People gonna know that, and you're gonna lose viewership. And
Everybody,
and-
the normal viewers are starting to catch on to all that, though. Even the people who don't.
I swear, bro. Did you hear Troy Aikman? Oh, come on, man. Really?
Well,
Bro, that's a Super Bowl winning NFL quarterback. Even he see that shit.
6 penalties all come on third down or a conversion for Buffalo to a first down. It just said 48 yards penalties for the Bills. Tiny penalties. That's weird how that works.
Yeah.
What's going on, Terry?
I mean, what a game. The Eagles beat that butt.
Yeah, we were talking about this earlier. Like, look,
Well, I mean, Saquon was like, look, AJ Brown obviously, like a lot of people said he was a locker room cancer or whatever, right? But he's still a good ass player, and I think he just want to win.
well, people said the same thing about T.O. People said the exact same thing about T.O., especially when
Yeah,
he
I
went
mean,
to Philly.
you on the damn Titans losing and shit. Like you don't want to go to a new team and then lose again. Like, come on, man. Like,
Dude, why would you not want to play for the Titans? The best 3-win team ever. Okay?
3-14, baby.
Come on, just win, baby. Just win. Or in this
I
case,
like that.
no win.
I like that.
But I think Washington had a good look. Washington's not a bad team. They just didn't match up the greatest with them. They just didn't have enough.
No,
firepower.
man. Like, all right, so looking at the box score, right? It was what 27-15 at halftime.
Yeah, it was still relatively close. But the second half is where Philly pulled away.
You said it's over?
Over. 4th and 5, they didn't get it. Chiefs take over with 1:54 left.
They still have all 3 timeouts.
And it's a penalty on Buffalo. Imagine that.
I really don't want to see a rematch. But if I see a rematch, let the Eagles just win it and call it a day. I'm done.
So not only did they not get it, but they caught a penalty on Buffalo to go more yards.
I'm so done. How do you shave yet look 25 years old?
It's the background.
That's true.
Flat.
That's true. They were, man, but they got the cheeks clapped in this one. But I will say this, man. This is going to fuel those Chiefs fans, man, that say it's us against the world.
No,
we're the underdogs.
No, it's us against everybody against them. Because nobody wants to see the freaking Taylor Swift train no more. You went on a tangent about how you wanted to see a three-peat. I'm sorry. I can wait another 30 years for a three-peat, partner. I can't live through another year of this. I can't,
man. I like history, man.
I like history too.
Who gonna beat them?
Look, here's the thing about history. I like history too, but not when the refs are handing it to you so you can manufacture history.
Exactly.
Okay, maybe I agree with y'all. Maybe I agree with y'all that this has been a little bit of bullshit. Okay.
Andrew about to call crazy talk. If you, I would say you better you better clarify. You about to call crazy talk.
Like maybe I agree with y'all. maybe I agree with y'all. That this is a little bit of bullshit.
Yeah, it's manufactured 100%.
But
Come on.
but
it's tainted.
I just want to see. I just want to see this whole thing culminate in Saquon Barkley winning Super Bowl MVP. That's all I want.
I'll take the Eagles. Like, I don't even care. I don't dislike the Eagles, but I'll take the Eagles over the Chiefs any day. I just don't even want to watch it at this point because I feel like they're gonna try to just shaft them and get a three-peat out of it, and it's gonna be like how he told me earlier. He's like, dude, I don't even want to watch it next year at this point.
Yep.
Like at least you know. Look, college football. Sometimes you have some weird stuff that happens. But you don't have anything blatantly as obvious as this. The next closest thing you had was Lane Kiffin with the faking injuries. You didn't have all this crazy stuff going on. It's insane. It's bad for the sport, and you're killing the you're killing the diehard fans, and then the people who are wanting to give it a try, who didn't give it a try, you're going to turn them off as well. You're going to lose a lot of viewership if they push this through like this.
Damn, man.
Yeah, some BS. I'm very disappointed.
This makes me mad, man. Lamar could have won.
Nah, they would have shafted him too, dog.
I know they would have, bro. But at least I would have felt a little bit better, man. Because Josh Allen be trying so hard with them damn Buffalo Bills.
I'm mad because I feel like if there was a year, and I said this earlier in the season, I said there was going to be a year Buffalo would knock off the Chiefs. It should have been this year. And the guy balled out, had an MVP season, has carried that team on his freaking back with less talent, and they're going to get shafted like that. That's crazy. And that just pisses me off because I actually like his game, how much he's developed and how much better he's gotten and really led that team to the promised land, and they're just not going to let it happen.
Yeah, but dog, that's what happens, man, when you're fighting against the system, bro. Oh my gosh. Uphill battle, no matter what.
It's not even a battle. You already know the outcome. You might as well not even show up.
I mean, it is what it is. You're fighting against the refs. Everybody knew it was going to happen. There's not a person or even a casual, like y'all said earlier, that didn't know this was going to happen.
Yeah, bro.
Man.
But we entered the end game. The only team left to save the day.
Now the Eagles are Iron. So the Eagles are Iron Man. So we gotta hope that Iron Man snaps them fingers and ends all this.
Hey, bro, they the only ones, man. They the only ones left, man. It's on the knees.
But
Saquon Barkley.
But I mean, they match up a lot better with the Chiefs now than what they did a couple years ago.
Oh yeah,
they match up a lot better.
But here's the fucking thing. Here's the thing, man. All they had to do was run the ball, man, and they would have beat the Chiefs last time. But Swift act like he couldn't find no hole, man. Dude was a virgin out there. He couldn't find shit. So, like, come on, man.
But having Saquon definitely gives you. Look, Kansas City's going to good front on
Saquon out there pounding. He out there pounding these hoes out here. He out here pounding these hoes. He find them all. But nonetheless, man. I'm excited about the Super Bowl, man. It's gonna get live, man. I'm telling you.
Nah.
I'm excited, man.
I'm turned off. That really turned me off.
Not me. I'm watching. I want to see the look. I want to see the look on the Chiefs' face when they get so close to immortality, just to be like, "I'm Iron Man."
Don't worry. That check will get deposited ahead of time. They ain't even gonna have to worry about that.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. Oh my god, Brandon, you're such a pessimist, man.
Bro,
Brandon.
I'm not, but I'm so over it, dog.
You are a pessimist, man.
But I'm over it, bro. Like I just feel like it's
pessimist, man.
But
dude,
I just feel like it's a shoe in. I feel like
you didn't feel like that when they won the first one coming from behind.
I don't know. Yeah, but it wasn't dude, what happened then wasn't nearly as bad, bro. The last 2 years have been horrible for this.
Bro,
this year they've got it all in the open.
You feel like how everybody else felt when the freaking Patriots
were
winning all the time. That's how everybody else felt.
This is not the same as the Patriots run. This is not the same. This is not the same.
Bro, it is the same.
No, it is not, dog.
Yes, it is.
What the
Nobody
Chiefs are
likes
doing,
y'all.
no, it is not. Look, the only argument you have for that is the Tuck rule game. You have no other argument to say that's the
Well,
same
I'm
thing.
sorry. I'm sorry, man. It feels like that Tuck rule game was important.
It was, but you can't go on a limb and say that the Patriots got as many breaks as the Chiefs. I've been watching the Patriots for over 20 years, bro. We never had this many breaks.
No, not at all.
At all, dog. Like, there's just no way. And that's biased aside. Like, no, because we got the shaft more times than not. Like, we got a lot of breaks, but not nearly that. Like, it's blatantly obvious.
Yeah. They're
If casuals can see it, it's not nearly as bad as whatever was going on in New England, bro. This is ridiculous.
They're openly cheating.
Yeah.
Openly.
Well, you know me. It's fuck the Chiefs, man, because I wasn't rooting for them when the Saints left. When the Rams left, anyway. I wasn't rooting for no Chiefs. Everybody, oh man, you gonna be a Chiefs fan, man? Fuck no. I ain't never been no Chiefs fan. You got your damn skull. I hate the Chiefs, man. Only person I like on the Chiefs was Tony Gonzalez and Dante Hall, man. That's it.
He's a secret Browns fan.
Dude, we are the Browns. What are you talking about?
Okay, I'm sorry. I meant to say Steelers. My bad.
Steelers, man. I mean, I don't really hate the Steelers, man. I don't really hate them that bad. Not really. I don't hate them that much. Not as much as I hate the Browns, bro. Not really. But the Steelers, I don't hate them that much, man. I mean, how can you hate a team that got 3 coaches in the last 60 years, bro? 3. That's it. Some people on their 30th coach in their franchise's history, bro. Come on, man. Their franchise is like 60 years old. That's some bullshit. That's some bullshit. So, but nonetheless, man, let's get to the NFL draft talk, man. Not too much, just the usual, getting y'all ready for our NFL draft content coming out. Like I said, these are your top 10 draft picks, man. So expect things to look a little different, man, as far as trades as we get closer to the NFL Combine, man. But just keep this in your memory bank. These are your top 10, man.
I see Vegas trying to throw a package together for that first pick, though.
Yeah, I can see that. They
definitely want that.
Yeah. So the NFL head coaching openings are almost all filled except for your residential Saints, man. They are, I don't know what's going on, but they hired an offensive coordinator, but no head coach.
No, they didn't. They lost their offensive coordinator. He's in Seattle. He's gone. So they don't have anybody.
Well, I mean, nobody wants to coach the Aints.
Well, I mean, it's a situation. Look, it's already not a desirable market to start with. But you have a general manager who consistently got your team in like the worst cap situation every year. I think they're like $50 million over the cap. This is consistent. Overpaying old guys. They gave Carr that big contract, but then you freaking restructured it. Now you've stuck with him for even more time. Like, what's going on? And it didn't help when all these people were getting hired. They got that snow and all that, so they couldn't fly people in. So now you're kind of waiting. Now that Washington's out, I've got to imagine they're going to get a head coaching interview with Cliff Kingsbury. They keep giving Mike McCarthy's name in there. I think that's a horrible fit. If I'm the one making the hire, if I'm not getting Cliff Kingsbury, I'm going with the younger guys. I'm taking my chance on a younger guy. Whether it be, I'd probably go Kellen Moore over Joe Brady. Like, I like Joe Brady, but I don't know if he's necessarily ready for this gig yet. But I'm not hiring a guy like Mike McCarthy. I'm looking at Kingsbury or Kellen Moore most likely just to give it a shot. I mean, you need a first base.
What has Joe Brady done since he won that national championship at LSU?
He was the offensive coordinator for the Bills.
Yeah, okay.
But nothing that would warrant me giving him that opportunity.
Yeah,
you need a fresh face. You need a young face to establish a new culture. It's like they're holding on. It's like they're holding on to something. As long as Loomis is the general manager, that team's just going to be in cap hell and they're not going to be winners. Like, until you get a new general manager with new faces in the building, I just feel like they're going to be in purgatory.
All right, well, that's fair, man. We're gonna get back to what you think your Saints should do, but let's just recap all the hires, man. Obviously, Aaron Glenn
That was a
going
bad
to
move.
the Jets.
The Jets are a crap hole situation too, with an owner like Woody Johnson. I love Aaron Glenn, but I wouldn't have went somewhere where the freaking look what happened with Robert Saleh, bro. They don't play that. Like they freaking cut him loose too soon. I think Aaron Glenn's could be a good coach. I just don't know if the Jets was a stable enough situation to like try your head in, especially being in a minority African American, an African American head coach where you already have a short list.
Amandium? What the
Yeah.
fuck is that? And what the fuck is that, Brandon? African Amandium? What the
But
hell
my
am I?
thing,
I'm
but you're
black.
already
I'm black and I'm Wolverine. Come
Yeah,
on,
there you
man.
There
Fix
you go.
that shit.
but you're already on a short leash. Like
Yeah,
I
it's
just
true.
feel like they're gonna give him. I want him to do good, and it's cool that he gets to go back to the team that drafted him, because Pete Carroll was the coach when he drafted him back, and that was Pete Carroll's first head coaching job with the Jets, and they took him. Like he might do good, but I just feel like you're really handicapped and kind of got like a ball and chain with the Jets. Like I don't see it ending great.
Yeah, I can see that too, man. But
I like him. I think he'll do good, but we'll see.
So,
that was crazy, bro.
in the craziest job search acceptance that I've ever heard, Liam Cohen is the head coach of the Jaguars. So my thing right here's my whole thing about this situation, right?
It's so bad.
This whole situation was built on dishonesty and trust.
Dude, the
this
dude
relationship is already bad.
Bro, he freaking meets up with Jacksonville's already wanting him. He turns him down. Tampa says, we will make you the highest paid OC in the league. He's like, dope, I'm going to take the job. Then within 48 hours, he's on a plane secretly, ghosting the organization, flies to Jacksonville, and gets paid to be the head coach for the Jaguars. Like, what the hell is going on, bro? All within like a 3-day period.
Hey, man, they pulled the Godfather, man.
Oh, my gosh. Like,
offer you can't refuse.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is. But this is a bad relationship already because it's built on distrust and lies. It's not going to work. It's not going to work already. So I don't know what this is, but this is not going to be good. So expecting in probably 2 years, they might be looking at a different head coach again. So
we'll see what he can do with T-Law.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
If they get him I'm just saying, if they get him protection, might be having a good conversation. This was
okay.
Bad.
So look, this hire, I think, pretty much took everybody by surprise in some capacity, right? Because you knew that Jerry Jones was going to hire a yes man. Nobody that's going to push back on him and his beliefs or whatever, right? But from a football player standpoint, I think you understand what I'm saying, that Marty Schottenheimer was one of the best coaches to ever coach in the game. So the fact that his son is being a head coach, I like that part about it, right? Everything else about it, I don't like. I don't understand it. I don't know what kind of system he's going to have or whatever, or how it's going to work, man. But hey, they promoted from within, so that's all you can really say.
It feels like a Jason Garrett situation all over.
Yeah, he got who he wanted to. He got who he wanted in there, man. That's all you can really say.
What you got, Andrew?
I don't know if this is a bad hire yet. He's familiar with the players. If he got promoted, that generally means the players within the organization pushed for it. That's usually what happens when you hire from within, which means he has the trust of the team. That's what it says to me. So I'm not sure. And then his dad being who he is, that could be a great help. I just don't know if this is a terrible hire yet. Cohen, strange as hell, bro. I don't get that one, but this one I get. You bring name recognition, somebody the players trust. Will he be a good coach? Who knows? But I'm not. I don't think it's a terrible hire, but I'm very disappointed that it's not Deion Sanders' job, because Deion Sanders would do for the NFL exactly what he did for college. People would want to come play for him, and then you could get people at hometown discounts or whatever. It made no sense to me unless Deion just said he wasn't interested in the job, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree with that point. I felt like they were really going to push for that, honestly, because I mean, it wasn't like they wasn't in talks. I think there were talks. I just want to know like what was said and like how'd they go. Like, was it a money thing? Like, was he not willing to give him the control that he wanted? Like, I feel like there's a lot of variables that would have been in play with that.
Yeah, I agree. I think, like I said, I think for football fans, you're probably really happy about this because obviously Martin Schottenheimer was awesome. If you know Marty Ball, you know what's up, right? But like I said, we'll just see. I'm excited for Brian because he's been coaching for a while. So it's an opportunity that you can't pass up, man. So we'll see. We'll see. If anybody can unlock what they want to do, we'll see, man.
Chris is crazy. He says Sanders ends up in Las Vegas as an analyst. Why would he step down as the head coach of Colorado?
We're going to get to all the Chris comments at the end.
He's got his own designated section of the show.
Yeah.
The crazy talk spotlight.
400 people.
Hell yeah, let's go.
So I like this hire, Patriots guy. Like, not saying Gerard Mayo wasn't a Patriots guy because he played there too, right? But this guy played at the beginning of the dynasty, right? Of whatever they built, he was at the beginning of it. So great player, turned out to be even better coach. Took the Titans to the playoffs a bunch of times, including some AFC title games. So, like I said, hey, good hire to me, man.
I think it benefits one that you're familiar with the background and the organization, but I think it benefits you though he's not a part of Bill's coaching tree. That way you get an old feel, but you don't have that same style. Like I think he's gonna know how to bring that old school grit because he's an intense guy anyway. And the fact that he was brought in the way he was brought in, they brought McDaniels back in to be the OC, which I think is a really good fit as well because he's proven to develop quarterbacks at a high level. And they get a good defensive line coach from Detroit to be the DC. I think Vrabel's got a good plan. I don't know how. And they have the best cap situation in the league, like over $130 million of cap space to spend. So they can really make some good moves in free agency, get Drake May a couple weapons, get some protection for the offensive line, and get some more player makers on defense to go with Christian Gonzalez. Like, they're in a really good spot. Like, realistically, if they play their cards right in free agency in the draft, the Patriots could be in a much better spot come this time next year.
Yeah. Hey, man. Hey, like I said, man, it's a good spot to be in, man. I thought that was one of the better jobs that were open, even though we really didn't expect it to be open. But I thought it was one of the best jobs, man, because Drake May is a perfect quarterback to start with. I think if you have a quarterback to start with, I think that's a good starting point anytime. I think that's almost as important as having a good defense, in my opinion. Like, if you start off with a really good defense like the Jets have, then you just figure out quarterback and then maybe you can go somewhere. But they have a situation at quarterback that you have to either rectify or get rid of. Like, what are we doing there? So we'll see. We'll see, man. So let's see what else we got here, man. All right, so Ben Johnson, man, making some news. He's excited about beating the Packers, but he just forgot about the Vikings and the Lions. Like, you gotta beat them too, bro. So but as I mentioned in the last thing, having a good quarterback is a good way to start. We got Caleb Williams. He finished the season quite good. Way better than he started. Let's just say that. So, good start there. He's obviously an offensive-minded coach, so he's gonna bring in some new, fresh ideas. And they had a defensive coach last time, so maybe that didn't mesh very well. Obviously, with the star power they have on offense, so I expect them to be a top 10 offense next year at least.
The defense is gonna be better too.
Yeah, I agree. Because they feel like they don't have to do as much from a schematic standpoint to really stay in games because they'll be able to score a little bit more. But we'll see. I like the hire though.
I like the fact they're talking about bringing Dennis Allen in to be their DC. Not a good head coach, but he's a good defensive coordinator that could really help them take some weight off of Caleb Williams.
Yeah, like kind of like Spagnuolo for the Chiefs, man. Like, yo, you get our defense from point A to point B. We don't really need no bullshit. Nothing else. Just do that.
All the bullshit's on offense.
Yeah, so
pertaining to penalties in the quarterback.
Yeah. So, but we'll see. We'll see. All right. So, before we get to your Saints, man, let's answer Chris and his memoir that he left us on the comment.
I love the words you use.
Right. So,
worst
all right.
John Cohen.
I'd say Cohen because it's already built on lies and distrust. I don't think that relationship is going to work that long. They're gonna need some therapy probably after year one.
I don't know. I feel like they're both kind of in the air because I like Cohen for the fact that Tampa had a good offense. If they just give Trevor Lawrence protection, he can make plays, man. I'm pretty sure y'all could agree. Lawrence was running for his life more times than not able to make plays. I think at least having an offensive-minded guy like that knows the urgency of protecting the quarterback. They address the needs of the offensive line. Like, Jacksonville might not be in the worst spot possible. I think the Dallas one is just a little bit more questions because I just don't know what to expect. Like, I agree with the points Andrew brought to the table with trust from the players, the organization, things like that. You come from a coaching background, especially with your dad. I just feel like I need to see something to have a more valuable opinion on it.
Okay, no, that's fair. And then Chris says, Aaron Glenn.
I agree.
I do too. I thought that's where he was gonna go, quite frankly.
They wanted him bad.
Yeah, I thought I should have just Zoom called him, man. If y'all had some snow issues, just put the Zoom on there, bro. Like, yo, we go Zoom this thing up until this weather clears, bro.
They did, but they did those in-person interviews after the fact. And by the time they were starting to do in-persons, like the snow was it was already passed, and he had already agreed to take the Jets job.
Why not just get Drew Brees? He don't have to worry about looking over the offensive line. He's standing right there, nobody in his way. I'm just saying, though.
It's really not a terrible idea. That's actually a good idea. He's got a good football IQ. I'm surprised.
Yeah, man. Yeah, but you know what? It's tough for them former players, man.
I don't know, man.
Right after playing, though.
He's been out of the league almost 5 years.
Yeah, but that's still sort of new. Has he did anything coaching related since then?
With Purdue, he had some limited time helping coach at Purdue.
Yeah, but not really doing coaching shit.
No, not necessarily, but still. Some people might be able to make that adjustment. He's got a really high IQ, man. I think he can do it.
Hire Urban Meyer.
No, he could be kicking he could be kicking our placeholder over.
That's what I'm saying. You don't have to worry about missing field goals no more. You'll be in. No. I proposed you a name though from the college ranks, and might sound a little funny right now, but imagine if you could pull a Lincoln Riley or a Ryan Day. Why not? That's what you need there. I don't know. I feel like they should promote from underneath.
I don't know. I don't want anybody from under Sean Payton's tree, though. I think they need a fresh face. I think it's time to finally embrace the rebuild and finally just embrace something new. Because I feel like all they keep trying to hold on is to that Saints identity when he was there. I think it's time to start fresh. Maybe it's just me.
Nah, man. Sometimes you do gotta end that legacy, you know. But like, I don't think every player hates it. I just
Let me
think
find out.
it's
Let me find Chris being a hater because they're in division rival.
That's right.
bro. He's the same guy that said Derrick Henry was gonna get 3 yards of carry, bro. Like, come
He
on.
sure did.
So no, he was
And y'all
about
quarterback should be
cruising.
a Pro Bowler.
Yeah. So no. And then Chris says,
I like the picture.
yeah, I don't know. I don't know. I think Kellen Moore wasn't gonna get that Cowboy job anyway, considering that he left.
I think
He
he'd be
left.
a really good fit there, to be honest
I
with you.
mean, he would be, but he
No,
left.
not
So
in Dallas and New Orleans.
yeah, I can see that, man. But I don't know. I think y'all need to get another quarterback, man,
They need
because
a GM.
Carr is washed, man. Yeah, you need another GM first because if he's still there and you draft a quarterback,
It's
you'll
not
probably
gonna
not be the guy you want, man. So,
exactly.
and Sanders and like, no, man, Chris, I don't think so, bro. If Sanders,
Crazy
like,
talk.
I tell you this,
Crazy call.
if Sanders goes to Las Vegas and becomes an analyst,
That'd be
Diego
dumb.
Pavia enters the spring transfer portal.
And he's going to Tennessee, bro.
Tennessee.
Yeah,
Rocky Top all the way.
yeah. That's the deal. That's the
He's
deal.
not gonna take. Why would you take that job where you have so much luxury and like assets and all that to go to the league and take a really minor position like that? That's dumb. If Deion's gonna leave the college ranks to go to the league, he's gonna do what we thought he would have did with Dallas. Let's just be for real. Like let's not sugarcoat it.
That's a
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Like you don't leave a cush job like Colorado, man. You're in the Big 12. You probably good quarterback play away from going to the Big 12 title game next year, right?
They got a good quarterback that brought in
You
too.
know what I'm
One of the
saying?
better passers,
So you're already in a good spot. Why leave? You know?
so take a job like that.
Chris didn't have enough crazy talk today, so he had to bring that up.
I wouldn't be mad about them getting Carter because he's a big difference maker. But I think that there's going to be a shakeup in the top three. Like something crazy is going to happen, whether it be Vegas trades up. I don't know. Like I just don't think Hunter goes one. I feel like if somebody takes Hunter at one, I think that'd be a big mistake. I'm not saying he's not a top three talent. I just don't think he should be the number one pick.
No, that's
especially
stupid,
after you know, Chris. Let's just be honest. Your organization's crazy enough; they just might do it. Knowing you need a quarterback, they might just freaking waste the first pick on him.
Man,
I'm just saying.
Or you just
We could use him.
Wait, bro. You just wait and rebuild the right way, dude. Like that's all you gotta do. Like you don't have to go all in right now. Like you don't have to. You got the number 1 overall pick. Just draft a lineman like they used to and build from within.
They could trade back with Vegas, get a bunch of draft picks, and they're still gonna be really good picks. And the Raiders are only at pick 6. They're gonna still have those offensive linemen are still gonna be there, whether it be Will Campbell or from Tech. You can get Kelvin Banks, you'll get a first round pick, and you'll get even more picks back. Yeah, first pick's cool, but you could really set yourself forward going into year 2 of Callahan. That way, if it goes to crap, at least you know you got a loaded roster with some younger players you can keep developing.
Yeah, and most likely if you move up, if the Raiders move up, it's going to cost you a first and probably a first next year.
That's what I'm saying. They're going to get a lot back.
So if the Raiders are bad, now you're in the position that the 49ers were a few years ago where you get a two top picks, you know, for a trade like that. So
look at the Bears, what they did. They get the same situation, how they got that pick from Carolina, and they found themselves right back where they needed to be.
Exactly. So you end up in a spot where, all right, if we were to fire our coach, we're still in position to make some progress going into the next season. So
if I'm Tennessee at 1 and you stay at 1, you take quarterback. I wouldn't take offensive line at the first pick. If you're not sold on quarterback at the first pick, trade back with Vegas or whoever else and take one of the top tackles in the class and call it a day.
Yeah, just start building your foundation, man. I say this on the show all the time. When Tennessee was at their best, what did they do?
Run the
They
ball.
ran the damn football, man. They have probably the best running back lineage in the league. Think about it. The guys that have, Earl Campbell, Eddie George, Chris Johnson, Derrick Henry. Like, come on. That's lineage right there. You run the ball. That's what they've done over the history of their organization, man. So that's what they need to do.
Pretty sure they got 2 first-round picks too.
Yeah, so I mean, come on, man. What's three that you know? What's 3 first-round picks? Come on, trade back, get some more, and rebuild the team. They're in a good spot to really make some hay because the AFC South is gettable. It's gettable.
Hey,
Like,
look,
you can flip it real fast, man.
knowing the Titans, they'll probably take Jalen Milroe.
Cam, I'll be like, damn. Well,
I mean, look, look. All right, so look, I've been hard. I've been hard on Jalen Milroe all year, right? Because I know the talent he can be, right? But that's not crazy. It just might be a little bit ballsy. That's something the Raiders would. That's something the Raiders would have did under Al Davis.
No, they would have took a receiver.
No, they took your boy Jamarcus Russell.
Yeah, because of the arm talent. I mean, that was why. I mean,
Arm talent or arm strength? It's different.
Arm strength.
Yeah,
He's throwing
it's a
like
difference.
60. Well, the guy throwing 60 plus yards on his knees. I mean, I'd probably want to take a chance on that too.
Yeah, so I mean, Jalen Milroe can do that and he can run. So I mean, it's not crazy, but they don't need that. They don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. They don't need to do that. That would set you back more than you want to be.
Back to the Lane Kiffin after them days.
Yeah, you don't need to do that, man. That's not the move you need to make, man. Like you draft Jalen Milroe if you're a contender and you don't know what your quarterback situation is going to be. So we're talking like the Rams. You know? What the hell?
I don't know, man. I was trying to read this message and then like somebody started preaching or something. I don't know.
His face was so funny, bro. He's like, what the hell?
What the hell is going on here? All right, man. So we almost at the end of Chris's memoir, man.
That's not happening, bro. The memoir.
Crazy talk.
Crazy talk.
Like, yeah, we have a new
set. If he was gonna leave Colorado, he would have left already.
Yep.
It's too late. It's too late.
And what you mean what they did in recruiting? I mean, they got one of the best passes in the portal. They got Caden Salter. Like, they're not doing bad.
I guess their new GM says he's not out on Levis. Yeah, he has to say that, Chris, because if he says, "Oh well, yeah, Levis sucks," then you don't have no team for real. Your team you gotta let him know you believe in him before he just bails on the team and doesn't do anything, bro. Like I don't know, man. Offensive line's all right, man. And I mean, Trey Smith's gonna be a top free agent, but I don't see him going to Tennessee. I don't see that. I mean, he's gonna be like, if they win a Super Bowl, he's gonna be what, almost a 4-time champion, 3-time champion. He's not gonna want to go to Tennessee after all of that.
I don't know, bro. We've seen guys take bad positions just to get paid, though.
Yeah, we definitely have, bro. So you're probably right, Chris. But all right, so you kind of touched on your Saints, man, briefly, but this will be kind of our closing segment a little bit. So, what do you think? What do you think the biggest problem is for the Saints?
The general manager. The
Well,
general manager is where
yeah.
everything's going to flow from, because if you have a bad GM that's not managing money right, or making bad free agent signings, or overpaying guys, it's going to cripple the franchise, especially when you're not making good coaching hires either. Like, yeah, what if they go out and they get one of these good guys? Let's say they get Cliff Kingsbury or Kellen Moore. Cool, you have a really good head coach. But you don't have an offensive coordinator. Your defense underperformed. And with what cap space he's going to finagle to get you, like, what are you going to be able to get? They're not doing great in the draft. I feel like I don't know, man. Loomis and the ownership are not on the same page. Like, the ownership wanted to fire Dennis Allen, and the general manager didn't want to fire Dennis Allen, which made no sense at all. So they're obviously on the opposite side of the spectrum. If he stays, which it's looking like he's going to stay, if they have another down year next year, I'm definitely looking like it's time for a change. Y'all won the Super Bowl over 15 years ago. Whatever you're doing is not working. You need to embrace the rebuild. If you need to be the bottom feeder for a couple years, cool. But you need to get the right people in the right places, making the right decisions, starting from the top with your general manager, getting the right head coach, right coordinators in there, your evaluators of talent, and you start paying guys the way they should be paid, bringing in guys who make a big difference, and just doing things the right way in the draft and free agency. I mean, they just need to start from scratch, in my opinion. Right now, I just feel like with everything that's been transpiring with the head coaches and everything, and now that they're the only one that head coach in vacancy, I feel like it's probably the least desirable destination in the league, like without question.
No, I can see that, man. And I think we are good here, man. That is the end of the show part of it, man. So, like I said, great show, man.
Yeah, definitely. I'm at 400 plus people watching, man. It was a good time.
Y'all are the MVP.
Tell you, man, we back. We told y'all last week that we was coming back on Twitter, so we back on that. Both of our Twitters, my personal account and our football frame of mind account. So we are back on both.
You which one did you stream? Which ones did you stream on today?
Both.
You streamed on his or
all three?
Oh, okay, cool. Because that's definitely where the viewers are gonna. Yeah.
All three. Come on, man. I'm all about the viewership. We got 8 spots that we could stream live in. I'm going for the jugular. All of them.
Cool. Nobody's complaining there.
So going for the jugular, man. So we're good. We're good to go, man. So Andrew, thank you for coming on the show, man. Tell people where they can find you.
Tomorrow night, Legends of the Square Circle. You can find me Thursday night on Villains, Friday night on No Mercy Sports. Just whenever I get a moment, I jump on here and there. And Wednesday, Divine Battleground.
Mm-hmm. All right, man. Brandon, tell people where they can find you besides on here, bro.
What you mean? What you mean? I'm on everything else. I mean, we start off on Sunday. Well, first of all, shout out to the Villains Media Network, is where you can get all of this awesome content.
Come on, man. You gotta plug the network, bro. That's what I'm saying.
You really know about them plugs, yeah.
Come on, man. Look, have you seen around this damn office I got, bro? I got plugs everywhere. Come on, man.
I ain't talking about, never mind. But that's where you can find all of our really good shows, man. Starting with Sunday being this show, obviously the broadcast on Sunday night. Legend of the Squared Circle, awesome wrestling show. We go on every Monday at 8 p.m. Eastern time. We're trying to do Divine Battleground every Wednesday at the same time. It just sometimes conflicts with schedules, but we're looking to do it again on Wednesday as well. Thursday is Villains. We got No Mercy Sports on Friday. Definitely check us out on there, whether it be Facebook, Twitter, all that good stuff. And if you want to check out the Football Frame of Mind, just Google us. You can find us on all major social media platforms, Facebook, X. You can see us streaming on Twitch as well. And don't forget to check us out on YouTube, man. The views are through the roof. December was a career high for us, and we're looking to double viewership from that, but we cannot do that without you guys. But check out the Villains Media Network, subscribe, like all the content, and leave comments, man. Things that you guys would like to see, areas that you think we can improve on. And if you are a content creator that likes to do stuff, not even just with sports, maybe you like doing stuff about movies, maybe you like doing stuff about anything else, really. We're looking to expand the network. So definitely, if you are interested, you are a content creator, or maybe you're looking to get into that, just drop a comment on this video, whether you're interested or not, or just comment on any of our videos, and we'll get you some information, and I'll reach out to you guys.
I couldn't have said it better myself, man. But your boy Cam streams all the time. I stream all the time, man. Games, that's my thing. Play older games. PS2.
10.5 hours.
Yeah.
That was wild, wasn't it? That was wild, wasn't it?
No, you ain't got nothing, man. I pulled it up. I looked at it. I seen your little boy. He was like, and I like, you ain't nowhere to be found. I was like, man, he having a good time.
Yeah, man. I was sitting there. I think I had went outside to like do my little smoke break, and it was probably just Simmon. And then he came out the room looking like at the camera. He's like, "Oh shit, that's me. That's me. I'm on the thing, yeah." And he probably see me like, "Hey, move!"
You see what happened was?
Yeah, see so. But nah, man, I do the game streaming, man. So if you're into that type of stuff, I'm always down to chat, man. It's really just about conversation for real for me. Just play the game, talk, sports, whatever, it's all good. So that's what I really do. But shout out to the whole squad, man. Villain Sports Media team. We're gonna keep on growing, man. But I'm your boy Cam. That's your boy Brandon at the bottom, and Andrew's on the screen as well, man. So this has been a football frame of mind, and we'll catch y'all next Sunday.
Peace.